Welcome back everyone to East Shepparton Bowls Club and our 2025 Novice Carnival. We have a women's singles final here. What a cracker it's going to be. We have AIMEE DOSTIE of Warburton up against birthday girl and 15-year-old Marley Malcolm from the Mitcham Bowls Club. So two ladies from the Eastern Ranges who have both had fantastic tournaments to get all the way through to a final. And we're looking forward to bringing this great match to you. I'm Troy Stafford and I am joined for the first part of commentary by Charlene Putman from Greater Shepparton City Council. It's a bit of a mouthful, Charlene, and you're the team leader of the major events.
That is correct, Troy. It is a mouthful when you're answering the telephone each day, and it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you, and thank you to your council for the support of this event. We certainly wouldn't be able to bring this event to this area without your support, so we well and truly appreciate it.
Well, thank you for that. No, it is great for council to support this event along with a number of other events. We love to see the town visited and actioned. We do have a reputation as being the sports capital of regional Australia. So we love welcoming visitors to the region to participate in bowls and a whole plethora of other sports.
So what other major sporting events do you or have you hosted?
Oh, recently, so we have had Melbourne Victory come along and play, but we also, I was undertaking some works this morning for some upcoming netball tournaments. We do host multiple basketball tournaments, soccer tournaments. One of our largest events is the AFS, which is Australian Football Schools football, so soccer, where we see around about 5,000 people come along.
Wow.
But also within council in my team, we actually do manage a couple of facilities, being the Shepparton Showgrounds and also the Tatura Park Events and Equestrian Centre, where we also host events such as International Dairy Week, which is the largest dairy show in the Southern Hemisphere, and regularly host equestrian events.
Fantastic. So we're just back to action here as we see Marley Malcolm draw herself a toucher. Now, this is your first real experience with bowls, but so these two players, being a novice event, can't have played for more than 3 years. The standard that we've seen across this event is unbelievable, and it's really hard to realise that these people are novices.
Oh, I'm the biggest novice, I must say. I have undertaken barefoot bowls and have failed miserably. I'll be totally up front with that one. So yeah, no, the girls are doing a fabulous job in what is some quite warm weather as well. The Greater Shepparton has turned it on.
Yeah, we appreciate you bringing this weather to us and putting that in the calendar of events. But it's a far harder sport than it looks, isn't it?
Oh, well and truly. No, as I said, it is not a skill that I actually have and probably should actually improve on. So it's great to see clubs such as Shepparton East here, as well as our other clubs, participate in social events for work places. So always encourage everybody to go out and undertake some social events with their workmates at clubs such as this. Good fundraisers for them and good participation.
A bowling club is often, it can be, especially in country towns, lifeblood of the community. It's not just a place where people play bowls. There's lots of other community events that are held at bowling clubs because they have such great facilities.
Exactly, and events such as this do bring such positive economic impact to the region, but also it gives the event attendees a bit of a taste of what the region has to offer in relation to tourism attractions and retail and hospitality too.
So if I was to come here for an event like the Novice and unfortunately I get knocked out and I'm hanging around, what would I do? What would I go and do in Shepparton?
Oh, no, definitely. Well, that would be me, well and truly knocked out in the early rounds. So we've got a multitude of attractions here in Greater Shepparton that which are perfect for visitors to go along to, which includes the Shepparton Art Museum. Now, this is they've undergone a recent upgrade in the last few years, and it's a fabulous venue down on the Victoria Park Lake. And we've got a beautiful exhibition of ceramics, but also we have touring exhibitions. And if you're interested in coming back, it's not on at the moment, but we have an exclusive exhibition with Brett Whiteley in the studio that's coming up in July. So we do encourage people to come along to that. It is the only gallery that is actually having that exhibition within Victoria. But for those that aren't into art, but do like the motoring art, we do have the Museum of Vehicle Evolution, which is absolutely fabulous. I traditionally have not been a big car enthusiast, but I can appreciate the beauty that is at that museum. Yep. We've got cars, trucks, motorcycles, push bikes as well, and that's a fabulous venue that also, for those not into cars, has the Lowell Thompson clothing collection. Now, this collection features over 10,000 items, which has been collected over 40 years, and items date back from Federation through to the current day. So it's a great one to, if for those that remember the old 70s outfits and things like that.
Yeah,
So
immerse yourself in culture and history and all that sort of thing, as we see AIMEE's opening bowl of this end finishing within less than a foot of the jack. And the other thing, there's lots of places to eat. We've sampled some of the restaurants and hotels and things while we've been here, so lots and lots of options for people to go and eat breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Definitely, definitely. And something that probably most people would not know is that Greater Shepparton, or Shepparton in particular, did feature in Australia's top coffee culture. Oh. So we actually came 5th. So that really demonstrates the passion that our baristas have in the region and how well they've done, and good
Yep.
coffee.
I can't attest to that. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I can't say I've sampled any of those.
No. I'm a definite coffee drinker,
Yep.
and
I'm sure you got your favourite little place you go.
Oh, I won't show favouritism today. So, but yeah, no, definitely can always get a good coffee in a multitude of places.
Oh, Marley just turning that bowl. Not sure whether she's turned it enough to hold shot or not. Still one to AIMEE. So Doug McConaughey, our ITO, our marker, and we've been very lucky that in all our host clubs, such great volunteers. They've shown such great hospitality to these players, and they couldn't speak more highly of the hospitality they've received.
That's right. The world would not continue without volunteers and the passion that they have for their clubs. And with the volunteers that have been on duty here and at the many other clubs in the Greater Shepparton region, they've done an absolute marvel of a job.
Yeah.
And as you said, without them, we wouldn't be able to run events such as these.
And the other thing, the great feedback we've had has been the quality of the greens that they've played on. So here, really nice, fast carpet greens, but at a lot of the other clubs they've played on, beautiful, quick, true grass greens. So they've been very complimentary of the greens up here, which is a test to the beautiful weather that you guys have.
Yes. And again, to the passion of the volunteers. Absolutely. And their dedication to their clubs and also to the sport.
Yeah, and their staff, most clubs would have a paid greenkeeper, not all. Some is voluntary, and that's amazing how they do that, but most clubs would have a paid greenkeeper, and they do a fantastic job.
Exactly. It's amazing that you've got a 15-year-old girl.
It is, and yesterday she was 14.
Oh, well, there you go. No, I've got a 15-year-old daughter, and she definitely hasn't been into the bowls, but yeah, maybe something that she could look at.
And I can attest to the fact that she has a very, very good temperament. I've known her father for quite a number of years. He's a top bowler in his own right. But yeah, her temperament is fantastic. Don't know as much about AIMEE, but I did have a little chat with her before the game started, and she's played a season and a half of pennant and has come from the United States.
Oh, There you go. So, well, while she's here, after she wraps up the final, win or lose or draw.
Can't be a draw.
Can't be a draw?
No,
okay, well, I
so
suppose we always need to have a winner, don't we?
we do in a final.
Mm-hmm.
The only draws we can get in singles is in what we call sectional play,
Mm-hmm.
and that's only because we run a time limit of 2.25 hours. In the final, we have no time limit, but even in our knockout games where we have a time limit, if they end up a draw, we have to get a winner. So what it means is that they play an extra end. But when there's no time limit, you can't have a draw. The
Yes.
closest you could get to is 20 all going into the last end, and then whoever won that end would win the match.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so
Very
no
tense
draws.
times.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, but well, once the ladies wrap up here and enjoy some lunch at the club, some other items that we do have in Greater Shepparton, if, you're into fishing, we have got the native fish hatchery out at Arcadia, which also has a giant cod that you can go. Not a real one. It's, yeah.
It's a very Aussie thing, isn't it? The
Yes, it
giant
is.
this or the big that.
Yes. And, so they actually breed native fish, of course, to release into the rivers and things, but also, too, they're actually going to be expanding to be one of the largest in the Southern Hemisphere for a fish hatchery. So that's a really good adventure you can have down there. And you can actually fish there, as well as also in Merrigan. We've got Goulburn Valley Water, who is our local water authority. They have turned some ponds into a fish hatchery as well, and you can go along and fish. Catch and release there.
Yeah, nice.
So, but we also encourage everybody that's attended to this event to, when they head home, and they go via SPC factory sales.
Yes,
which you might like to go along to
I've
as
been
well.
there before.
You have.
Yep, I have.
Always good to stock up on locally produced canned products, including fruit and tomato products. So it's at a much better price. That's what's in the supermarket. So
SPC being Shepparton Processing Company,
Preserving
is that right?
Company.
Preserving Company, okay.
Yes. So they've still got a working plant actually just down the road, so not far from here.
Yeah, I think I've driven past that a couple of mornings.
Yeah.
I sort of go a different way every morning, just kind of follow your nose a little bit as we see Marley drawing another very good shot and just putting AIMEE under pressure early in this match. Yeah, so SPC, it's definitely something that's Shepparton's well known for.
Well, you're a true local if you've done a season or two at the processing plant.
Yep. AIMEE's not far away here. She doesn't want to get this hole. Oh, she just caught the corner of that bowl. Very, very unlucky. So, good start here from Marley. 3-0, holding 2. So anything else in terms of maybe what's coming up, or?
Well, I actually didn't bring my calendar of events, but what we do encourage people to do is to keep up to date with the happenings in Greater Shepparton, is to go to our tourism website, which is shepandgv.com.au, and you can subscribe to a regular newsletter, not too many, so we won't spam you. But we do provide you with an update of what's happening in the area as well. Regular marketing campaigns, school holiday programs, things like that.
Yep.
So you can subscribe to that newsletter to keep up to date, but also get some really good ideas on places to see, further places to see, but also touring itineraries. So if you want to come up for a day, you can go jump on the website and get some ideas with some itineraries on arts and culture, history and heritage, recreation and golfing, shopping and markets, etc. Because we do have a lot of history in the region, especially with Murchison and Tatura with the wartime camps as well.
Okay.
So we've got some fabulous little museums that offer an insight into the yesteryear of the region.
So with that, Charlene, we thank you for your time this morning, and in particular to the City of Greater Shepparton for your support of this event. It's very much appreciated from us at Bowls Vic and from the wider Bowls community that You've been able to allow us to come up here, enjoy the great facilities, and you've put on such perfect weather for us.
Oh, without a doubt, we had a hand in that one. Yes, no, we're so happy to support events such as this. As I said earlier, it's all about supporting Bowls Victoria, our clubs in the region, and our local economy. So it's a win-win for all.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, and we will see one of your colleagues back, I believe, for presentations of this match.
That's correct. That's correct. So best of luck to all finalists today, and hope they have a great match and enjoy the rest of what the Shepparton GV has to offer.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Charlene.
Thank you.
So with that, we see Marley leading 5-0 through 3 ends, first to 21. All right, so great opening bowl here from Marley again, and we've had a change in commentary, and I'm bringing in local legend Brian Nisbet. Welcome, Brian.
Thanks very much, Troy, for the invitation. I've been dying to get on, do a commentary at some bowls event, and I finally made the big time.
So you've
it's a bit of a buzz to join you, who I regard as a doyen of commentators after watching a lot of bowls on TV, mainly on my computer at home, my PC. But you've done an excellent job since you've come on this season.
Thank you, Brian. No, I appreciate that, and it's certainly a part of my job that I would say is the favourite part, because I get to sit, watch, and talk about bowls, which, having been around a while, is a privilege and a pleasure to do. But you're familiar with sort of bowls media and that sort of thing. You've got your own bowls media up here. Tell us about that, Brian.
Yes, well, I've done a show for just under 25 years on the Goulburn Valley. It comes on about 8 minutes past 8 each Saturday morning, goes for half an hour, followed by the Murray. They have their own program. And then to want for some more time, I felt that half an hour wasn't a long enough time slot. I approached Tyler Maher, who was the sports editor of the Shepparton News, and following on from a football panel they used to have that finished after one of the guys unfortunately passed away, I said, how about a bowl show? And he was all keen, and we've just completed 5 years, and that program's called After the Jack. And you can hear that on Spotify. We've had international guests on it, like Brilliant. Paul Foster and Alex Marshall. And the bowler of the year this year, the ladies bowler of the year, the Victorian presentation night, Sammy Atkinson.
Yep.
Pat Scream, the president of Bowls Victoria. And it's a very popular program because people can just podcast. They can just sit down and listen to the podcast.
Listen at their leisure.
At their leisure, yeah. Whereas the other show goes live, but you can get that on SoundCloud, the Saturday show as well from Sunday night, 6 p.m. afterwards.
Fantastic. We've just see here with, again, Marley holding AIMEE's previous bowl. Very unlucky that she didn't grab that jack. If she can play something very, very similar, she could make 1 or 2 shots here. She'd be pretty keen to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I'm like you, Troy. I think the stand has been extraordinary for novice bowlers. I can't get over the quality we've seen up here. I umpired at East on the Friday when the men's pairs were on, and yes. I went out and did the ladies singles at Tally on Saturday, and a couple of the participants were, well, one participant, Michelle Powell, was playing out there, and And the lady here, young Marley, she defeated her in the semi-final. And that was a fantastic standard match. I watched the game with Michelle's husband over there, Shane, and she's from Warwick, Nabil. And look, it was played in tremendous spirit, like most of the games have been played. I can't get over the fellowship they've showed to each other from the games I've watched.
Yeah, it's been excellent to watch and to be a part of. And as you say, camaraderie and bowls for, you and I have been in the game a long time. We understand the importance of it, but these novices have really embraced that side of the sport.
Yeah, the etiquette's been fantastic. And as I say, it's been played in terrific spirits. And the weather, I mean, you couldn't get better weather to showcase facility like we got here at East, which I think's the best in the Goulburn Valley. Of course, I'm biased, but I love the carpet here, and we got the they've run about 17 seconds. This one that's showcasing the two girls in their final of the singles. And now we've got one adjoining it, which is a tad slower, and then we've got the indoor facility, which is probably 2 seconds or more slower.
Yeah.
But great when you got inclement weather. And we've got our sister club here, Shep Park, with equal facilities as well, with good grass greens, and they've got an undercover as well.
Yeah, it is a great setup here. I had the score at 6-0, but Doug's got it at 5, so I might have been a little distracted when I was interviewing Charlene and added an extra one to Marley. So we'll drop it back to 5, and if anything changes, we'll let you know. But
and you said AIMEE Troy's from America.
She is, yeah. So she's moved over and lives in Warburton, plays at Warburton. She's been playing pennant for about a year and a half and plays in their #1 side there at Warby. So it's pretty impressive after a year and a half.
Well, you'd think she'd notice the pace of the greens out here would be a lot quicker than America, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
At least they've got synthetic surfaces. I couldn't imagine they'd be really state-of-the-art like we got here.
No, and then Warburton does have a synthetic, but doesn't run as quick as your greens here, Brian.
No, she's done a remarkable job to make the final. Her semi-final was also a very high standard. And she got through, and of course playing young Marley, who's just 15 today.
Yeah, birthday girl.
What a future she's got.
She does. What a great effort again from AIMEE, just missing on the wide side and just running past, but finishing in a good area. Yeah. Marley just consulting with her dad there, who would be her nominated coach.
She's a bit like Michelle Powell in the other semi from Warwick. She played a lot of shots where she just couldn't pick up the kitty, and but AIMEE's drawing, with particularly the last bowl, was phenomenal when she was down.
Yeah.
How many times she arrested the shot back from Michelle.
It's a good sign of a good player that if you're under the pump and you can, wrestle shot back, as you say, it's often not what you do, it's when you do it.
That's for sure.
Marley just not quite going to count, finishing on the wrong side of that bowl. AIMEE not needing to change a lot here. But as we said, would be very keen to get herself on the scoreboard.
And you'd be impressed with the facilities here, Troy. The
facilities here are excellent. I've been here a couple of times. We had a region sides here. I was not at Bolswick at the time. I was part of Eastern Rangers.
Yeah, you were playing then.
That was the first year I didn't play. I was out of action at the time.
Yeah, okay.
With an injury, and so I was non-playing coaches. We see AIMEE picking up this jack.
Non-playing coach, yeah, good shot.
And
AIMEE. Made
getting herself on the board. What a cracker.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Fantastic bowl, and that's exactly what you talked about. Last bowl specialist.
Yeah, 2 shots to AIMEE. Puts her back in the game. 5-2 the score in Marley's favour.
So first to 21, no time limit on the final. So most games not really timing out, but just takes that away that we will get a result of someone scoring the required 21 shots. Still no dead ends though. The respot rule still in play.
And you've got a great man sitting next to you there, Brad McDermott. We've had the pleasure of him doing 2 live grand finals up here, live streaming of our Division 1. And, you know, a one-man show, and he does an extraordinary job, and the quality of the stream is phenomenal.
Yeah, we're very lucky that Brad does now have a counterpart in Josh, who both do an awesome job for us. Camera work and all that sort of stuff, replays, and it really is top notch.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a very high standard. And look, retirement, you can watch bowls just about every day of the week.
Just about.
On media.
Great opener again from Marley. She started this game very well, Brian.
Oh, she has. Extraordinary.
She's quite popular in only her few years of playing, but there's been lots and lots of support for Marley on the stream, and also for just the Eastern Ranges in general. So both these girls representing Eastern Ranges, or representing Eastern Ranges clubs. So it's very good for that part of Melbourne.
Certainly is.
Whatever happens, they know they hold the women's novice champion.
And you play in the Eastern Ranges still?
I do, yeah, that's still.
Now, where are you now?
Yarra Glen.
Yarra Glen?
Yeah.
With the Simmons out there?
Yeah, so it depends which Simmons you're talking about. Back when I first started there, we had John and Joel Simmons, which, is that who you're referring to?
Well, probably, yes.
Yeah, but now we have
Ben?
a different family of Simmons, Ben, Bo, and their father, Mark.
And no relation?
No relation
Oh, B.
to John and Joel Simmons.
Well, there you go.
Who is also no relation to Todd Simmons, who many viewers would know of.
Yes, yeah.
All totally separate families.
Oh, right. And that's where the great Matty O'Brien came from.
Yes, he did. He's at Moonee Valley at the moment, but he had, I'm going to say, a good probably 15 years at Yarra Glen.
Yes. Well, he started when he was, what, 9 or something?
6, I think.
6.
Yeah, 6 at Alexandra.
That's right,
Moved
Alexandra.
to Yarra Glen at 11 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's had a very long, successful career.
He has. AIMEE Dostie, she got the jack again.
Oh,
she has.
Good bowl, AIMEE.
And guess what? With her 4th bowl.
Yeah, it's a telling to be able to do that, Jen.
Yeah, because again, she was probably 3 down there.
Yes.
And
no, telling bowl.
Marley does have right of reply.
Now you're going up to the 60 and over Carnival too, Troy, which isn't far away.
Yeah, that's our next one. That starts next Monday.
Yes, I'm going up on the Thursday, I think it is. We're playing with Mark Jones. I picked a good partner. He's a champion of champions in the Murray region for the consecutive year.
Oh, that's good pedigree.
And he beat Mitch Sidebottom 2 years ago, who's won the state Victorian Open singles, and he went on to the Bendigo that year 2 years ago and was beaten by Norm Whitehead from, I think, MCC or somewhere.
It would have been Mulgrave Country Club.
Was it?
Yeah.
You could be right, yeah.
It was either Mulgrave Country Club at the time or Heathmont.
Heathmont.
I think he was at Heathmont.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah, he left Mulgrave.
And he went down 1925, so he's a great guy to play with, and, you know, you've got to pick your partners, Troy, and he's certainly a great competitor. He gets the best out of me, put it that way.
The older you get, the less you probably don't play quite as well as you used to. So your partner becomes even more important,
Yeah,
Brian.
he does. Now, I'm looking forward. I've never played at Kerrang or Barham, or I've been up to Warcool for a tournament, and that's been it.
Yep.
But the greens up there, terrific. Warcools were good.
Yeah.
And I've heard good reports about Barham and Kerrang. And
Yeah, no, looking forward to getting up there for that event. I've heard really good things about the atmosphere at the over 60s that they had last year. So,
yeah, well, we're only going up for that event. It saves taking 2 cars because you'd have to be lucky to strike the same venue for a singles match.
you would, but what a lot of people will do is just either talk to other bowlers or put out on the the Facebook page, the Bowls over 60s Carnival Facebook hub.
Yes.
And people will get lifts.
Well, that's a good idea. A good idea. I don't know how many are going from Shep. I haven't seen. The draw's not out yet, I believe.
Yeah, draws are out.
Are they?
Yep, draws are out.
When did they come out? Probably last night.
No, a couple of days ago.
Right.
Maybe
I'm looking on
Friday or Saturday.
I'm looking on the
Friday,
wrong
I
site
think.
there.
Friday they came out, I think, Brian.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm curious to see who we're playing against now.
Oh, you'll be able to when we're finished with you here.
We can have a
you'll
look.
be able to look it up.
Look it up. Yes.
So this is probably the loosest
Yes, it
we've
would be.
had, but Marley's drawn the shot. She is holding 2. So from 5-0, Amy's wrestled it back to 5-3, and both times with her final bowl.
Yeah, she's running down the green. It must be a good bowl, Troy.
It sure is.
Look at this. Unbelievable.
That's a fantastic bowl. This time she's decided, I won't leave it to my 4th one. I better get it with the 3rd one. Just take a slight amount of pressure off myself.
Yeah, good idea. Well, it'll be a good bowl to add another one with a 4th.
What's Marley got to say about it?
Yeah, she's following her bowl down the green too.
Which I don't mind that because she gets a good look at it for her last one.
Yeah, that's right. The weight was good. Just a bit to the side.
So I think we just see Amy elect to try and draw another. There's nothing really past the jack that she needs to be covering. She just doesn't want to sit it next to her first one and fatten this target. If she could just finish just in behind the jack would be ideal. Ideally though, not making a target but adding another shot. Because as it stands, Marley does hold 3 seconds. Played this very, very well. Wants it to run a little further. Has made a target. I think we're going to see weight here from Marley.
I haven't seen Marley play a weighted shot when I was watching her in the semi-final.
Well, if you outdraw your opponent all the time, you don't have to play the
well,
weight,
you
do
don't.
you?
No, that's right. The old story is a good draw bowler will beat a driver.
Yep. 99 times out of 100 they will. So I think we'll see Marley on the backhand with weight. Not far away here, Brian, if it can hold. She's got 1. Oh,
Yeah,
good effort, but happy to reduce the count from 2 to 1.
Yes, good bowl.
In our semi-finals that are going on further across the green, we've got Mark Hiscock from Beaumaris leading Aaron Illman of Morwell 8-1, and Scott Edmund of Lara leading Jesse Baird 6-2.
Yeah, a lot of the Lara blokes are up at Yamerka for their tournament recently. Yeah, Lara had a big contingent went up for Jeff Sutcliffe's May Carnival up at Yamerka and Yamerka Golf, and I didn't see the guy. I didn't see Scott up there, but there was about another 20 bowlers from Lara who went up, or 24 or whatever.
Yeah, right. So we're just fixing this score. We did have it corrected initially, and it is 6-4 to Marley. So it was 6-0. It was a 2 on the first end. So we've just fixed that back up.
Yeah, a fairly long end again. It's a good chance this will go to the wire, I think, Troy.
The way this is going so far, I think you could be right.
Yeah, another good bowl by AIMEE.
Yeah, a little touch on the jack. She's starting to realise if I get shot earlier in the end, it takes a bit of pressure off.
For sure. Yeah, Marley just running through a bit. Terrific line.
Yeah, and better to be that far past than that far short, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. Short bowls ain't much value, as you know.
No. So you've been in bowls how long, Brian?
35 years.
35 years. And
started at Tungamar.
Yep.
I was in the bank out there, the last bank manager. They closed the branch and, yeah, no, a great little club.
Yep.
I was playing night bowls and I wasn't making any runs. So they said you better start playing pennant bowls, and I never missed the cricket once I started.
And then moved into Shepparton.
Moved to Shepparton after 3 years there and joined East Shep. Well, I had to because they banked with us and I was the bank manager of the second branch in Shepparton. So.
Yeah, fair enough. So you've been here ever since?
No, I've been around, mate. I've had a run at RSL for a year, then come back. They got demoted to Division 2, so I didn't help them much. I went to Shepparton on the Lake trying to win a premiership for a year, and went back again, back to East.
Yep.
Then I went to golf for half a year and come back here after Christmas. Too many good players there. I skipped into twos. Then I went to Nagambie to join the Nichols boys. For 3.5 years, really enjoyed it down there. Great little club, and then back to Shep Park, and then back here.
Right.
This is me, I think, third year back. Yeah,
right.
I had 2 years at Shep Park.
Yep.
It was another good club. Didn't outwear my welcome there, or.
Yep. Another good bowl from Marley.
But it doesn't hurt to have a change. But my wife's always said, Troy, I don't know why you change clubs because they're all the same. Would you agree with that?
Well,
to a certain extent.
To a point, they're all the same, but then they're all different too.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah.
Every club's got certain things that make that club special and successful and a great place to be.
Yeah, well, this is my spiritual home, as Paul Nichols, my coach at Shep Park and Nagambie, would say.
Yep.
But he told me 10 years ago, Troy, to get an arm, and I've only had one for 5 years.
AIMEE just turning her own bowl up. Has she got it far enough? I think she's got it far enough for second.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Marley's still shot. Jack high bowl. Yeah, so look, I've enjoyed every minute of the radio broadcasts, and I love being involved in the game and giving a bit back.
Yeah, that's.
I've been president there 4 times at East.
Okay, right.
Vice president a couple of years, and on the board for I think 8 or 9 years.
Yep. Oh, you've given
having a break,
back.
having a rest at the moment. Chairman of selectors last year, so I don't know whether I'll go on this year. We haven't got haven't organised the selectors yet. We're waiting to see how many players we got.
All right, Marley with her final bowl. She's got her own bowl on the way in, just hasn't quite got the run. After losing 3 ends in a row.
Pretty close for 2 here, but I fancy it's only 1 to Marley.
I think they're going to concede 1 to Marley.
Yes, and now she leads 7-4. So what do you go back and have a couple of days off, Troy, or is it just...
Oh, I've got some meetings tomorrow, so I'll be back. I'll be in the office tomorrow, and then I'll take 1 day off on Thursday, have a bit of a rest and get some washing done, and pack my bags to go up to the over 60s. But on Friday, I've got to head down to Traralgon for the day or the afternoon.
Right.
We've got a thank you function for all host clubs and that from our Vic Open, so we've got to head down there for that function, which will be great to recognise all the work of those clubs. You know, 10 days of bowls down there with thousands of people. It's a big event.
Oh, it is a big event.
We just can't do it without host clubs like this. Your club here, Brian, has just been tremendous, as of all 9 host clubs that we've
no, you wouldn't get better. You wouldn't get better hospitality at the clubs you played at. That's for
fantastic!
Sure.
I will give a shout out to. Let's see how my memory is. See if I can name them all. We've got Numurkah Golf, Katandra West, Dookie, of course here at East Shepparton, Tatura, Murchison, Tallygaroopna, and I need one more, Brian.
1U.
And 1U. Yeah, I went out to 1U on Saturday.
That's pretty good, mate. That's pretty good.
So we thank all 9 of those host clubs, and of course we had someone from Greater Shepparton City Council on earlier today. We thank them for their support.
Yeah, Charmaine, did a good job.
Yeah, and we are here at East Shepparton with the final of the novice singles for the women, and we see a really tight battle with Marley Malcolm leading AIMEE DOSTIE 7-4 and holding 2 in a measure. But we've seen regularly from AIMEE that she sprays a couple of bowls and then her 3rd or 4th bowl is bang on.
Now these girls are probably eligible, no doubt Marley is, play next year.
So Charlene is not eligible, even though she's only done 1.5 years of pennant, but this will clock her out for her 3rd year.
Yeah, AIMEE, you mean?
AIMEE, yes. Yeah. And Marley, this would be her, I think this potentially might be her 3rd season.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Might clock her out as well.
Give someone else an opportunity.
That's it. Okay, it's probably not going to count. If AIMEE's true to form here, she's going to draw the shot here. This is what she's done.
Yeah, right through the match, for sure.
2 of the 3 ends that she's won, she's got shot with her 4th bowl, and the other one she got shot with her 3rd bowl. Need to get a sit here because she's a little quick.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's all it takes is one loose end.
That's right.
And it can break a game open. This will be at least
like
a
3.
Yeah.
I think it's 3.
It looks like 3. It's just sometimes on the angle it can be hard to tell. But conceding the 2, we'll probably see a measure come out.
Now it's not true. I think I heard on the dispatches or on the actual stream that you take your washing home to Mum. Is that right?
No.
Good
my-
old Mum.
I wouldn't be able to do that. Mum's somewhere up in New South Wales. Mum and
Okay.
Dad are away caravanning.
Otherwise, you would.
Otherwise, I probably would.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you're
fair
right.
enough.
No, they live too far away from me now. They're retired down to the Mornington Peninsula.
Well, when I was in the bank, I used to take me washing home each weekend. I'd go back and play footy and
2.
2 to Marley. Now makes it 9-4. Skipped away to a handy lead.
Yeah, she's been the more consistent in
Yes.
the early part of this match. It's been a few telling bowls from AIMEE that's kept her in it, but Marley's been a little more consistent in her
Yeah.
draw. Her round of, I think it was the round of 16 yesterday, Brian. She trailed 19-9 and got
Yeah.
up and won. How amazing is that?
Who did she defeat in that game?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that.
Put you on the spot.
You have.
No worries.
But the beauty is with BowlsLink, we do have the technology to find out. Unless, of course, someone in the chat beats me to it.
And this is a great opener from Marley.
Sure is. She beat Tammy Ballard 21-20.
Yeah, what a comeback.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's putting the pressure on right from the word go. So we see Marley obviously favouring the short ends and bringing the mat up. I do like this tactic on a fast surface. I find that if a player is overweight, there's less bowls that you need to cover. Now that one has stayed on the green, but if she had another foot of weight, it's a bowl you don't even have to worry about covering.
No, that's
because
right.
it's in the ditch. So I quite like this tactic.
And another good bowl.
Yeah, that's 2.
It's good leading. One on it or near enough and one behind. That's a golden rule for a leader. Yeah, pretty good weight from AIMEE, but a bit narrow.
Still is a couple to Marley. She is dialing in at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like nearly another one. Slid past.
Just past. I think it'd be the 2, but if she could get a little tickle on the jack with her 4th, she'd bring that in.
Got a great, yeah, bowling a great line, isn't he?
Yeah,
Marley?
it's important, especially for a novice, that ability to get your line. AIMEE following this down so she can have a good look for her last bowl.
Yeah, one of the men's semi-finals is 13-1, so it hasn't been much progress. I don't know who's playing over there. I'll rely on you for that, Troy.
I can again find that one out for you and all our viewers. Yeah, that's Mark Hiscock up 13-1 over Aaron Illman. The other one's super tight, 7-6 to Scott Edmund from Lara over Jesse Baird from Clunes.
Yep, I was in the bank at Clunes for a while, the ANZ. Of course, all the branches are closed now in those little towns.
Well, AIMEE needs the jack here. Not going to get it. That's who my dad worked for, was ANZ Bank.
Oh, good bank.
He was in head office in town
Yes.
for many years.
When did he retire?
I think about 15 years ago,
Yes.
2010, somewhere around there.
Well, I got out in 88.
Oh, righto.
98.
98.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
98.
think he was about 2010.
Took a package.
Yep, so did he. So 2 rolled out here and measuring the 3rd and the 4th.
Yeah. Not the sort of play you want to give any leeway to.
No.
She'll make you pay for it, Marley. Needs a bit of help on this one.
It was a fair distance to measure, so here's a 2. Pushes out to 11.4. She's the first to reach double figures. So again, bringing this mat up and showing her skill at rolling the jack, because she's only giving herself not even a metre of room.
Yeah,
So
no,
if she's more than a metre short of that 2 metre mark.
She obviously practices rolling the jack.
Yeah.
It's, look, on fast greens like we got here, particularly in social bowls, the kitty goes in the ditch so quite often.
Is this one of those carpets where the jack is a little faster than the bowl?
I would say so.
So it makes it even more challenging
It
skill.
does.
So she's living on the edge here. We've got a umpire's call.
Yeah.
Local umpire
Calvin Beacon.
He's another one of the great volunteers here at East Shep that have...
Yeah, he loves his bowls. He formerly at Kai Abram. He's come over and he skipped for us last year in the ones. Very competitive. He'd play bowls every day of the week, not a problem, if he could. It's pretty close, this, I reckon. Yeah,
Safe,
she's done it.
Safe, yep. Well
You
done again.
Shouldn't even question her.
No. Well, we didn't.
No.
We didn't doubt her, Brian.
I've played a lot of bowls as lead, and I'm not a bad judge draw, if I say so myself. But the opposition don't always agree.
Don't agree on the jack length or your
Oh, so
ability to
that's
spot
fine. That's I'd face Dennis Lilly from that distance,
Yep.
usually what I say.
Yep.
You ever heard of this? Just I'll throw this in. I played against Steve Stretton.
Shannon,
One
yep.
of the,
Yeah, I
Shannon,
know Shan-
Stretton,
yep.
Shannon,
Yep.
one of the permit players that Shep Golf utilised this year.
Yep.
Steve playing here on, say, where rink 3 is.
Yep.
He put the kitty out, I think, three out of 4 ends out of play on the side,
Yeah,
rolling
right.
the kitty.
Yep.
And I followed him.
Yep.
And I said to him after the last
Must be a
third
crook,
time,
crook
this,
jack.
yeah, it's got to be. And apparently I did the wrong thing because you can't replace on an umpire. You can't replace the kitty unless it's damaged.
Oh.
But the great Brad Orr was lying over here on the grass, having a good look at the game. He wasn't playing. He played at Melbourne. Played for Essendon the night before.
Yep.
And I threw the kitty over to him. I said, "We're replacing this scar," and he said, "Good thinking." I never had another problem. When they tested it down the little chute after the game, it was going like that.
Yeah.
But you'd think there'd be a rule in there to cover that situation, but there isn't.
Yeah, okay.
So I just thought I'd throw that up.
Yeah.
And it was funny in the final, Scar come up after the first end. He said, "Nothing wrong with the kitty here, Brian." So we had a little joke about it.
He's a good
he is a
fella.
good bloke.
Yeah.
Good for bowls.
Yeah.
How's that? 30 years at the one club,
It's
and he
impressive,
loves
isn't it?
leading.
Yeah, he's always been a specialist leader.
No, he's very good. No, Anthony Flapper's happy with him anyway.
As you would
He's
be.
very consistent.
Look, pretty fair effort here from AIMEE. I
Yeah,
think it's
just
going to be
short.
second shot.
Marley's going up to have a look at the head.
Yeah, I think she'll want to make sure that she's definitely holding and to see the angle there because she doesn't want to touch that last bowl of AIMEE's.
No, for sure.
But the problem being, changing over to the forehand, there's not really a clear path.
No.
I think I would elect to change. I think not enough room for error there on the backhand. You could go just around that short bowl, and these greens turn enough that it should come back enough for shot.
Yeah.
But no, she's electing to stay on the backhand, which is fine if she plays good line. She's out wide enough that she's not going to run into any trouble on that bowl, but sometimes that can be the problem. You force yourself to be wide, and then you're too wide and you're not really in the game.
No, that's true. Yeah, I think she's bowling well enough to go around that shorter bowl or even promote it.
But we've got to remember too, these are novice bowlers. We just forget it because they play so well. But we can't expect them to be astute tacticians when they're
for sure.
so new into the game.
I'll tell you what, their knowledge is remarkable, really, the way they've played.
Yeah. There's obviously they put in plenty of hours of practice. This is not a bad effort here from AIMEE. She get the inside of that bowl. She just got the outside. So unlucky. It's a game of centimetres. Gets the inside of that. She sits it and makes 2.
Very unlucky. Another one to Marley and make it 12-4.
Yeah, she's just running away. That's the biggest lead of the game. She's picked up 6 shots across the last 4 ends, and she's won 8 of the 11 ends that we've played. Not that ends are irrelevant so far as the match is concerned, but just out of interest, she's 8 out of the 11 ends is a fair domination.
It certainly is. And she rolls the kitty so well.
She's done it again, yeah, perfect.
Brilliant. It's an art in itself, isn't it?
It is. If you've got a leader that can roll a jack well. So, just to give updates on the semi-finals, Mark Hiscock leading 14-2 over Aaron Illman, and Scott Edmund in a ding-dong battle leading 8-6 over
another great
Jessie
bowl.
Baird. And Marley doing what she's been doing pretty regularly.
Yes, certainly. Another great bowl. And good weight by AIMEE, but just a bit narrow. She certainly can improve on that one for next bowl. Another good bowl by Marley, position bowl.
Yeah, 1 on 1 behind. Teammate or clubmate of Marley's, Darren Semple, just tuning in saying Nigel looking relaxed for the first time while coaching Marley. So Nigel being her father, sitting behind the rink. Does look pretty relaxed.
And he's a pretty good bowler, I heard you say, in his own right.
Yeah, he's played Division 1 at Mitcham for quite a lot of years. And again, a very level head.
Yes. Mitcham's Bob Middleton's old club.
That's correct. Yeah, Peter's gone back there as in a non-playing coaching role.
Yeah, okay. He was a good player. Played for Victoria, Peter Middleton.
Absolutely.
As well.
Another good one from Marley.
Unbelievable.
That's 2. She's really starting to.
She can come up and lead now, Rick, mate, for sure.
Yeah,
she'd be worth a few dollars.
She's heaping the pressure on now.
And those 3 bowls from AIMEE aren't bad bowls. Generally, are they?
No, they're in the area. They're just
they're
problem
in the yardstick, but yeah.
Yeah, all 3 of them are short of the.
It's the only drama.
The jack is the only problem.
Love that one behind.
Morning to you too, Alana. Yes, we're just morning, 11:58. And Stuart, you are correct. Short ends working very well for Marley.
If I can, I'd like to send a cheerio to John Stokes.
Yeah, please do.
He just was inducted into the Hall of Fame on Sunday after being inducted as a life member of the Goulburn Murray Bowls region the previous year. He's having some treatment down at Peter McCallum, scans and everything. We hope you get a good prognosis, John, because he's done an awful lot for bowls in this region. Been a fantastic player as well for Shep Golf. He won premierships at Stanhope and at Shep Golf, more than most players even dream about.
Yep.
And represented the region a lot of times as well. So all the best, John.
Yeah, hope you're doing well, John. Just needing to avoid that bowl. Oh.
And I should say he's an avid watcher of bowls. He's always on the, you might have noticed in your broadcast.
Haven't seen a lot of, we mainly see the ones that comment. There's lots that just watch. Generally when I watch
yeah,
it,
well,
I
he's
just
an
watch.
avid watcher. It comes
Yeah,
up
it's
on
fantastic.
my PC
Yeah,
that
it
he's
tells
watching.
you that he's
yeah.
watching, yep. So Marley turning that bowl up, but not doing any damage, so still holding the 2.
Yeah, good try by Amy. Good attempt.
How's she looking here?
Giving this a chance. Come off her own bowl.
Yeah, wants the edge of hers onto the jack. She didn't get enough of it. That will be another 2.
A great attempt by Amy.
So that's 2, and with that we're going to have a change in commentary, Brian. We appreciate very much
good, mate.
all your efforts in
Thanks
helping
very
us.
much for the opportunity to join a great man.
No, it's been a pleasure, and Sammy Rogers has just had an hour's nap, and he's ready to go.
And thanks for what you're doing for bowls on the media. You're doing a great job, and keep it up.
Beautiful, much appreciated. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Troy. Thanks, everyone else. Thanks, Brad.
So, rolling a short jack. I think this one's going to be too short.
Yo.
Welcome back, Samuel.
It's been good. Bit of a good time. And I've missed a pretty fair start to a final.
Yeah, Marley's been dominating that short length, but rolling the jack short now could potentially bring Amy back into the game. She will stretch this length. Rhonda Malcolm and Ken Malcolm watching. Probably Grandma, Grandpa.
Touch on the comment that Nigel was actually looking a little bit relaxed at this stage of the game.
I did touch on that, yeah.
Catching up on a few comments. Wants to go short ends, yeah? Saw this yesterday as well.
Is that what got her back into that game when she was well down? Yes, it's obviously her MO. So important that Amy gets off to a start. The 3 ends that Amy won, 2 of them she got shot with her last bowl, and the third one with her third bowl. So Marley's beaten her to the jack in the first 2 bowls. Pretty well every end in this match. Not a bad start from Amy.
The marathon man in a bit of trouble.
He is. Yep.
Is it just a game too many?
Well, he's not out of it. He's holding a couple on that head. The other one's a pretty tight battle on the far rink. Second shot. Still 1 to AIMEE. AIMEE chasing it down, probably not because she loved it, but just because she wants to have a good look at the head for her last.
Forward to her man, Scott Emmett, 16-8. I was just pulling up. What are you looking at?
Well,
You're researching people?
I'll tell you at the conclusion of this end. We'll
Right.
call this last bowl in, and then I'll share something with you.
This will be good.
Okay, important to see if AIMEE can get another shot here. So we have seen, you know, how telling that can be when losing the jack. It's the first ends that AIMEE's won in a while, having lost the last 5 ends. And she does pick up a 1. So I just got a message from the great Peter Middleton, who's filling me in on, in inverted commas, novice Marley Malcolm. And this is just this season. She won club singles, club pairs, club triples, club fours. Runner-up mixed pairs.
What happened there?
Probably her dad let her down, I'd say.
Oh, well done.
The region champion of champions singles.
Yeah, that was cool.
Semi-finalist in the under-18 singles. Quarter-finalist in the Vic Open mixed pairs. Runner-up in the Vic Open under-18 singles. State representative in the under-18 side, where she won 2 silver medals at the Nationals. And the last sentence Pete wrote was, not bad for a novice. I reckon that's not bad for anyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can see why she's leading this game 14-5. AIMEE holding a couple. Not for long.
Fair correction. Very nicely played.
After a slightly loose first bowl, but finishing past the jack, which is always useful. Corrects very, very well. AIMEE chasing her third one again. Wants it to run. If she can get a piece of that jack, it'd be nice. Oh, just cut the head slightly. Still one to Marley. Spot on, Jim, an all Eastern Rangers final. Jim Toll on the Facebook. We get the chat up on here that brings YouTube chat in as well.
Not a bad little crowd in as well, mind you, TS, with only 3 games remaining on a Tuesday lunchtime.
Yeah, there's a few, be a few from East Shep, a few locals, and then a few that would have a connection to one of these 6 players that are still going. Oh, okay. It wasn't Nigel's fault in the mixed pairs. It was Big Red's fault. Rhonda has indicated. Okay, so looks like Marley will hold shot, but importantly get the mat back and
Huge.
get back to her length that she's dominated. Or we're going to a measure. Yep, one to Marley. More stuff for Marley. Sonia saying Marley was a winner in the junior BPL for Melbourne Pulse. She doesn't lose much.
Hey, Marathon, man, you mentioned it. Not done yet. It's not done yet.
What's that, 14-7
Back
now?
to 14-7 from 14 or 13-2, I reckon. Yep, 14-2 to 14-7. It's pretty well played. Opening bowl. That was a bit of chalk. There you go there with the keyboard.
Good, just popping it back. Another good one from AIMEE. Does it hold on? Not quite going to reach that. So, marker Doug McConaughey is a fortune teller. He put up 3 paddles, and AIMEE's only played 2 bowls. But he knew that AIMEE was going to draw another one. He's ahead of his time, is Doug. What's Marley got here? Needs a 4th bowl saviour. He's going to cut it down. Won't be 3 anymore. AIMEE needing to take every opportunity she can now.
Absolutely.
This is one of those. Needs to add another. Just needs it to run.
The track was good.
Yeah. One out, 2 out.
Oh, boom, that was enough in the end. Okay.
Three. A bit of encouragement around the rinks for AIMEE. So Mark Hiscock is now 17-7 ahead of Aaron Illman, and Scott Edmund is starting to run away with that match over there, leading 19-8 over Jesse Baird. Okay, that could be another telling jack roll.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. It's not the ideal outcome at all.
No, not when Marley's been dominating these short ends so consistently. Rolled it to perfection.
Yeah, see if she can capitalise on that. What are you looking at?
Just looking at the
You're
crowd coming
you're
in.
very curious today.
Am I?
Yes.
I'm always curious. Intrigued in.
Curious case of tears.
You're going to write a novel, are you?
Yep.
More likely a picture story book.
Get off it. Rude.
Good opener from AIMEE.
Doesn't quite run the trip.
Good to see Amy starting to put a bit of pressure on with her first bowl now. Just running past, but should stay alive. And does. Needs to get round her own. She had the weight.
Unlucky on it apart from that little touch. Got enough rotations?
No.
What's that looking like from behind? Not great.
There are her own bowls coming up though.
I was just asking for a bit of advice. I still think it's probably similar to the last. Like you said, own on the way through. You're on the draw like they're a good sort of 2 feet out. Despite it being sort of middle of the day now and the sun out, still got that wide arc about it. You can draw around the front bowls here.
Yeah, it's a good green for doing that. She has
a little bit of a niggle
she
here.
is. Just under.
There's one in a few who loses that bowl.
It's only the, I think, second weighted shot we've seen her play.
I don't mind it, but just tough shot to play on this green. That's all.
Yeah, she obviously thought there was chances for punching her own up.
It is a big target. Like she's got the outside one, middle one, and then the shot pole as well. All those are good results. Looks quicker.
Another one passed.
She could try again. Is there any chance she can just land the bowl out clean
She can.
and make 3?
Problem is, if she gets the wrong piece of that, pushes it onto the jack, she'll drop a 3. I'd prefer her to play it with a little less weight. Yeah, she played
Now
this
she
with
had the
less
same
weight.
weight on that head, on that line. Still trying to hold on. Quite enough. Back to 15-9 we go. Emond.
Hanging in there.
Emond.
Through.
Scott Emmond, of course, that is from Lara, who was on the stream earlier through the final. Marquez Cock leads Aaron Illman. What's that, 17-8, is it?
Yes. I don't know if this was deliberate or whether
Still
she
a
just
short
rolled
as
it.
end, isn't it?
Whether she just was a little spooked by the last jack roll into the ditch and she's wanted to make sure she keeps it alive. Yeah, excellent opener from AIMEE. Crowd went wild there.
First bowl the last few wins I've seen has been pretty good in good areas.
Probably her best way back is to put pressure on from bowl 1.
See if the correction can be made. Hadn't he?
Don't think she's quite got enough. She's added a little.
Still one. Play more bowls than me. Is there a theory to just like, not chase your bowl if it's not working out well?
Yes. Depends on your purpose, I think. I'll just call this one in.
Line's good.
Very
Pace is enough.
sure is. Depends on your purpose. You know, if you're really wanting to see for your final bowl from the head, then obviously it's an important thing to do. But yeah, if you feel like it's not working, but generally across the game, her third and fourth bowls went better than her first two, so I don't think it's been an issue from that perspective for her. Fair attempt, beautiful weight. Gave it a chance, but you do just see once it starts turning, it runs away a long way.
The ill man, the marathon, potentially drawing for 4. Make it 17-12. He couldn't do it again, could he?
Well,
Couldn't make both finals.
he's going to try.
I hope he's going to try.
What's Marley got? Final bowl of the end. Can she add to the count? Turns her own bowl.
Well,
but
don't know if that's done enough, has it?
no, I wouldn't think so. Not sure what's happening here. If she's conceded, she's going to chat to her dad, but they haven't kicked any bowls yet. I think she's talking about
Back to
what
what you've
length
been
to
going good
play.
on, surely.
No, surprising. So we'll assume one there, and we'll pop one down.
Well, the ill man's going to hold the number. How many is it?
At least 2. 2 or 3. So increasing the length, going to 3/4 length.
Fair. Starting bowl.
So after that bowl, you probably say, yeah, good choice of length. Surprised us, but what would we know, Sam?
Fair attempt. Troy boy.
She got
That's
it.
all of the jack. Didn't get any of it in the end.
Finish in a really good area. Another good bowl from Marley.
Love to miss.
Oh.
Or would have loved to miss and finish on the line behind.
She would have, but still.
Not terrible, I guess.
Two great openers.
Doesn't want to stop there. Marl straight on the mat and away.
I'd like to see her with a couple of feet of weight, looking to turn either of her shot bowls. She misses, she's passed and counting. She's done it well. Just got to beat that white bowl there. And she's done that.
Hello. Hello. Danger.
That is 3.
Speed. TS.
What a shot.
One shot.
What a shot. You're signalling one up, are you?
I am.
Okay.
I'm actually not so convinced about that. I think the one, just the Marl's bowls that locked in might be the one.
Either way, shouldn't change Marley's shot. Forehand.
Trouble.
Touch on the Jack's 3. Move it a foot more than that and it's 4. We can just see this replay. Measure. A measure. Don't think she's got the weight for that. She played it a bit tentative. Maybe she thinks she's got shot.
Well, the question was, AIMEE do if she is down? Yeah. Ooh, that doesn't look good walking back to play it from the mat, does it?
No, there's nothing.
Draw the shot cold on the forehand.
Could do, or she could
Around the
elect
last.
to land her own on the backhand, which will push Marley's out, and that's what she's trying.
Not a bad attempt. TS, this time.
A very, very good attempt. Oh, she might have made it down.
If she hasn't scored, she's horribly unlucky.
That is cruel if she
Just
hasn't
shifted the
scored.
bowl that was locked in a little.
Yeah.
Justice. It's not real.
Measure is coming out. Looks from here down, doesn't it? Looks like it's Marley's. One it is to Marley. As we hear an interesting war cry
He's
from
done that a few times this week.
from Mark.
Pretty sure he's holding one and sliced the jack one down there.
Okay, so she's now hit the point where she can win the match if she was to secure a maximum count. So Mark leading Aaron 17-12. Pretty good weight from Marley with her opener. Just needing a touch more grass. She's done that. Now she just needs it to finish. Good enough for 2 at this stage. Okay, Marley still holding the 2. Following it up, see what she needs to do with her final bowl. Just overplaying it a touch. Good contingent of Morwell people here cheering on the marathon man.
The whole week.
Yeah,
The whole week.
they've been great. Great supporters of their players. AIMEE, will it stop?
I actually thought that was stopping somewhere near the jack. It's running on a long way. Could still be enough.
I think Marley. See what Doug indicates. Yep, still 2
Still
to Marley.
2. Wow, okay. It's at a 3rd. That become important. Chance again. TS. Number 3.
Her own will do it. That's the boss.
Number 3. Number 1. That is the best. This is game on the line stuff here.
Yeah, this is a very important
Game on the
bowl.
line without the game really being on the line. Can't afford to go 9 shots to 20 down. Marathon, update, 1 down. 18-12 to Marquis. Oh, wide and heavy, Troy, wide and heavy.
Yeah, this one's not going to change anything. It's a big end.
1 away, I think.
If our marker is on the money, we'll see Marley push to a 20-9 lead.
How good's the sound effect? This is the best sound effects we've ever had in a stream.
What's going on, Sam?
Easily. 3 shots. 1 away. Come on, mat up. Jack on the teeth. Sink the jack in the teeth. Why not? What have you got to lose?
Launch's just called you a gentleman.
Oh, what a nice... That feeling's mutual.
Beautiful.
It is.
He said,
You're going to read the rest of that comment?
hello, gentlemen, and Troy.
Even more correct. Tick.
Get back to work, Hunch.
Oh, why sink the jack in the teeth when you can... Oh, I thought I was going to pick it up on the way through.
Still handy. Great shot from AIMEE. She's hanging in.
Very good starter. So she can group 2 or 3 together.
Handy second shot.
There you can see the correction was trying to be made. Don't know if she had to change hands though.
No, she didn't need to.
Change hands here as well. And we know what's going to happen now. Again, another change of hand.
The great Maddie Crichton tuning in.
Oh, yes.
The athlete. One more event to go, athlete. We got the over 60s carnival on. Starts in less than a week, Sammy.
Monday. More balls.
Monday.
Close here.
Should be 2. Or has it run too far?
Oh, man. Fell back in.
2.
Probably measured before that. What's the advice, coach? Drawing onto it or a little bit more.
Give yourself a chance.
Not short. In fact, nice speed for it. TS.
Marley.
To get up to the bowl.
Oh, she gets the
did the
wrong
wrong
side,
way.
but she's got second shot.
Did. I thought that was on for a little while. I thought she was a bit quicker than that. To hold that line.
It was a great effort. Sonia, we are definitely not ruling AIMEE out. The problem from now is if she's to win this game.
It's a lot of last bowls that Marley's going to have.
Correct. Marley will have the last bowl on every end for the remainder of this match. Does push her into double figures, 20 to 10.
The marathon man, Troy, sort of interrupt. Just find himself 3 down. Potentially came down here.
He's on the trot. We can't call it any more than a trot. Needs it to turn, Sam. Don't know.
More bowls, 2 shots, 20 to 10. Oh, welcome. Very nice. Thanks for sharing that.
No worries.
Now do you sink the jack?
I wouldn't think so.
What if there's one jack high sitting next to it that's not a toucher? Or even just a bowl or 2 in front?
Well, we'll deal with that if that presents.
Something like this.
No, this won't create a target. She won't be, she won't be running at that. She's got 2 feet to draw the shot.
Aaron would have.
Yeah,
That is one of the wildest finishes to a game of bowls I've seen last night. Rotations, not enough.
Might be an overcorrection here from AIMEE, I think. Auntie Heidi watching from America and can't go to bed. What time is it over there, Auntie Heidi? Just needs it to stop.
What a good shot. Gets into the shadow. That's the ball.
Holding game.
To win the tie. Oh, sorry, I nearly went early.
Yes, AIMEE still with 2 bowls to play.
Chance.
Can she turn her own? Run up.
Well, nearly made 2 out of that.
Got to be at
Her
least
sort
one.
of just went the other way and stood up.
Change of hands. Very good weight. Handy second shot. 10:45 p.m. New York time.
Yeah, obviously second shot sort of helping. Maybe creates a bit of an angle on the forehand and something to turn in. That was a catastrophe, wasn't it?
Yes.
Get all this way and then death via BV call flute.
Yeah, because she's not holding game, so
Mm.
she's still got bowls to play.
Yes.
I don't know. I think she'll stick on the backhand.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a good shot by AIMEE the last, but still only one.
Well,
She
she's looking at
likes the
forehand.
forehand.
Well, either way is a legitimate option. Backhand, same weight.
She got backhand
Touch
draw.
wider,
She
but
got backhand draw.
forehand to beat her bowl. Mark trailing the jack next door, holding
Marcus. For the game.
game. I think we're going to another end, Sammy.
More bowls.
More bowls.
Look at the weight. Perfect speed for it.
20-11. All right, AIMEE. Another handy opener. Just running a metre past. Has the marathon man stayed in the game? I don't think so, Sam.
No marathon, no more.
His marathon has come to an end.
What an effort, man. What an effort that is.
He's had a super tournament. Runner-up in the pairs. Semi-finalist in the singles. But unfortunately for Aaron and the Morwell crew, he was defeated by Mark Hiscock in the semi-final. Mark being from Beaumaris. He will take on Mr. Edmund. I've added a little extra letter. Emond in the final, which will follow up after this one.
Nice
after
bowl shot.
The players have a lunch break. So it'll probably be around 1:30, we think. Depends how long this goes for too, Sammy.
falls out, but I think it's good enough.
That is holding game. Okay, AIMEE just dropping a little short. Marley holding game at the moment. Adding another one. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Just
where it gets
just
tough.
a draw bowl, was it?
Well, I don't mind the backhand now. Either way, you've got to dodge a short bowl. I feel like it's a more open path on the backhand, but it is her own bowler coming up on the forehand. Whatever she elects to do, she needs to get the shot. Otherwise, Marley will take the title. Forehand it is. She has been effective with her fourth bowl on a few occasions in this match. It's not a bad effort here, Sam.
Let's hit something.
She can run into the jack.
It's the jack.
Oh,
It's the
she's
jack the wrong way.
splashed it the wrong way.
Winner.
And that will conclude our women's singles final. We will crown Marley Malcolm from the Mitcham Bowling Club victor in the 2025 Novice State Singles. What a season she's had. We read out some of her accomplishments just in this season alone, and this is another title to add to her belt. Not to be disgraced was AIMEE DOSTIE from Warburton, who's had a fantastic tournament. To make the final of this event was an absolutely outstanding effort. But Marley Malcolm getting a big hug from her dad on her 15th birthday. Congratulations to you, Marley, on being victorious. And that concludes this match. Thank you again, Brad, for all your efforts on the cameras. Thank you to Doug as our marker and Calvin as our umpire, and of course all the volunteers here at East Shepparton. Thank you to the Greatest Shepparton City Council for all of their support. Sam would like a shout out. Thank you, Sam, for your efforts on the commentary. To Charlene early in the day, and of course to Bran for his assistance in commentary. We'll leave it there. Thanks Moama Bowling Club and Dandenong Club for powering our stream. We'll be back in about half an hour for our men's singles final. Congratulations go once again to Marley Malcolm Mitcham Bowls Club.
Yipenyapuk Dora Waka, connected to country, people from all around the world, transforming, connecting, celebrating, never boring, always vibrantly surprising and culturally inspiring. Come see for yourself.